There's a button in almost every elevator on Earth that millions of people press every day while quietly believing it does absolutely nothing. You can see the belief written into the metal itself, an engraving worn faint by decades of impatient thumbs pressing something they assume is a lie. The story that the close door button is fake is now so widely repeated that it has become something close to common knowledge. And like most things that everyone knows, it turns out to be roughly half right, in a way that is considerably more interesting than the myth. The claim entered the mainstream on the 27th of October, 2016, when the New York Times published a piece about what it called placebo buttons. The idea was that certain controls exist purely to give us a feeling of command, while doing nothing whatsoever to the machinery behind them. The elevator close door button was the headline example, and within days the story had traveled everywhere, because it confirmed something people already suspected. What gave the story its weight was the source. The paper quoted Karen Penafiel, executive director of the elevator industry's own trade group. Her line was blunt, and it is the sentence that spread furthest. The riding public, she said, cannot make those doors close any faster. The reason she gave was the Americans with Disabilities Act, passed in 1990, which required elevator doors to remain open long enough for anyone slower to board. Anyone using a cane, a walking frame, crutches, or a wheelchair needed time that a hurried passenger inside the car should not be able to take away. Then came the detail that seemed to settle the argument entirely. The working life of an elevator is roughly 25 years, which meant that almost every elevator built before those rules existed had long since been stripped out and replaced by something that obeyed them. The story also fitted neatly alongside its cousins, the crosswalk buttons that change nothing and the office thermostats wired to no system at all. And the newspaper offered a reason these things survive. A psychologist quoted in the piece noted that a sense of control genuinely reduces stress and improves well-being. So the button stayed, apparently as small mercies, harmless little theaters of agency installed to keep impatient people calm inside a moving steel box. It is a satisfying story, and it is also, in its most repeated form, not accurate. Because the same person quoted in that original article has separately and clearly said that people think it is merely a placebo button, and that it is not. The close door button was never quietly disconnected. In the overwhelming majority of elevators, it is fully wired, fully powered, and entirely functional. What the accessibility rules actually did was far stranger than switching it off. They defined a window of time in which the elevator is forbidden to obey you. The standards state plainly that pressing door close cannot reduce the initial minimum opening time, nor the minimum door signal timing that follows it. The first figure is simple. Once fully open, the doors must remain that way for a minimum of 3 seconds, no matter what anyone inside does. The second figure is where it becomes genuinely elegant, because it is not a fixed number at all. It is a calculation performed by the building itself. It measures the distance from the hallway call button to the center of the elevator door, and then converts that distance into time. And the speed used in that conversion is 1.5 feet per second, a walking pace written into federal standards on behalf of the slowest passenger, which means the further that call button sits from the door, the longer the elevator is required to sit there and ignore you completely. So the button is not fake. You are simply, almost every single time, pressing it inside the exact window in which the machine is not allowed to answer. Wait until that window has passed, press it again, and in most elevators, the doors will do exactly what the arrows on the button promise. There is also a plain practical proof that the button cannot be a decoy, and it has nothing to do with ordinary passengers at all. In firefighter service, in maintenance mode, and in independent service, that same close door button responds instantly and completely because emergency crews depend on it. A button that firefighters rely on in a burning building is not a decorative fiction installed to soothe office workers. Some technical writers have pushed back hard on the viral version, describing it as an internet pseudo-legend that refuses to die despite being easy to check. Their argument is simple enough. A quiet conspiracy makes a far better story than a paragraph of accessibility code, so the conspiracy is the version that travels, and that is worth sitting with, because the truth here is not a trick played on you, it is something closer to the opposite. Every time that button appears to fail, it is enforcing a few seconds of patience calculated from the pace of someone crossing a corridor more slowly than you. It is not ignoring you. It is holding a door for someone you cannot see, and it will not let you take that from them until the time is up. So how many times do you press it before giving up? Share your answer below and subscribe for more small mysteries examined properly.